Hi, good morning. Welcome to our geography class today. I believe you have an exciting holiday. Yeah, welcome to class. Welcome to a new chapter of the academic year. And I hope you find this subject interesting. Geography. We have been hearing about geography, and geography is a very interesting course. Yeah, now we begin with our introduction to map work as our first topic in geography. Map work entails a lot of things. It's going to be introducing us to scale, conversion of scale, measurement of distance, map reduction and enlargement, direction and bearing, grade, method of showing reliefs on map. I hope you find it interesting. Today, our content under map work is scales, type of scales, conversion of scales, measurement of distances, and also when you are able to digest this and you are able to understand this, you learn a lot about map because scale talks everything about map, speaks everything about map. Now, what is scale? Scale is the relationship between linear measurement on map in relations to our ground distance. It is surprising that most travelers, most geographers, most explorers, most geologists work with map in order to know a precise location, in order to get a direction of where to go, of what to do, of the distance to be covered. Even in Latvia, they use map and work with scale. So scale enables a geographer to be able to relate with life distances. So today, scale actually is talking about relating measurement on map to our real ground distance. To work with a map, you must be able to use scale effectively. So we'll be able to measure map and relate it to real ground distance. For example, by the time you get a scale and it's interpreted correctly to you, it will be able to show you, for example, that a centimeter on map is actually a kilometer on real ground distance, and it helps to calculate a lot of distance. By so doing, you'll be able to get the actual rate of ground to be covered and also a precise definition of movement. Scale helps geographer a lot in map reading because it is definitely the language of map. Scale interprets map distance on ground. Most times when we get a map, it becomes meaningless to us. Why? Because we don't have an idea of what the scale is talking about. The scale actually talks about the distance that map is pointing to on ground. By the time you are able to know what scale is, it aids you in reading a map, and when the map is well understood, it gets you going. Without knowing what a scale is, it makes map meaningless to us. And scale actually is very, very vital and important. Scale is also known as a geographer's language. That's why maps are not being read by psychologists, by economists. Map is definitely coded, and geographers who understand scales are able to interpret it very well. So scale in this context helps a lot to decipher what map is all about. We have different types of scale, and today I'm going to be taking you through the three types of scales that we have in geography. It is not far-fetched, and it is very important to know the differences. Although they all depict what map says in real ground, but there are differences that it connotes. The first type of scale is the statement scale, which is written in where. The second scale talking about is the representative fraction. As its names imply, it comes in a fractional form. Also, we have the linear scale. First and foremost, the statement scale. It is expressed in words and figure. We all know that when something is called a statement, it usually depicts words, and also it can also be typified in figures. For example, we have 1 centimeter represents 1 kilometer in words, and also 1 cm to 1 kilometer. Cm means centimeter, while the km means kilometer. While using this map, it is very easy to understand and also to decipher. A statement scale is always important in geography. Also, we have the representative fraction. This is another type of scale. The representative fraction is used and is written as a fraction or in a ratio form. Let us look at the example we have here. 1 over 100,000 as fraction, and in ratio we have 1 ratio 100,000. This is what representative fraction is all about. Looking at our representative fraction, how it works. The one there is the numerator, then the 100,000 below is the denominator. The 1 and 100,000, they are both in the same scale of measurement, which is centimeter. The numerator, which is 1, is for the map measurement. The distance of map is always in centimeter. While ground, 100,000 is 1 kilometer. 100,000 centimeter is 1 kilometer. And also, the numerator stands for the measurement on map. Always the measurement on map, while the denominator is to represent the ground distance, and this scale helps us to read our map. Also, we can see a better representation of representative fraction, which is 1 ratio 250,000 or 1 over 250,000, and this is how our representative fraction is represented on our map. This is not far-fetched, as it helps to denote a better and clearer understanding of what our map distance is related to our ground distance. 1 centimeter on map means 250 centimeter on ground. That's all to say about representative fraction. Now we have linear scale. This is the most used scale on map, and it is well represented to a better understanding. It is represented by a line which may be simple or shaded. The line is divided into two sections. We have the primary division and also the secondary division. Looking at a linear scale, it helps in understanding map, and also it is the most used, which helps also in the conversion of grand scale to map scale, and also from map scale to grand scale. Now, checking our map, we understand that the distance on map is always depicted in a linear format. Linear scale is always used in measurement of map distance while converting. We have the primary division. From 0 to the right is the primary division, while on secondary division starts from 0 to the left. As seen in the picture depicted, we can see the shade on the right hand side is different from the left hand side, and from 0 to the right, which is the primary division, is used to measure long distance, mostly in miles, in kilometers, and the shade quite different from that of the left. The shade from 0 to the left is used in measuring fractional measurement. While using a linear scale in measuring ground distance, conversion of map distance to ground is used, maybe in a linear way, by measuring long distance in a straight form or in a wind link. It is easily transmitted without no stress. In essence, primary division is used to measure distances like 1 kilometer, 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer, 100 kilometer, and as long as the kilometer you would like to measure. By so doing, it makes it easy for conversion of scales. On the secondary division, it is used to measure fractional distances on map, and it is majorly about 100 meters, 30 meters, 50 meters, and a bit of fraction that is remaining on map. In geography, all map must have scales. You can never understand a map without a scale. A map is undefined without scale. Scale defines a map and shows its direction, distance, and relation of interpretation of the map to real life. Conversion of scales entails the map measurement, and also it can be converted from one scale to another. Don't forget you have three types of scales: the statement, the representative fraction, and the linear. We can convert from one scale to the other, and it is quite simple. It makes us to depict map measurement to those who do not know it, and by so doing we get to understand map in our own language. Don't forget scale is the language of a map to a geographer. Any scale you deem it fit that you understand, it's better for you. Now, onto the conversion of scales. We can convert from representative fraction to statement, from statement to representative fraction, from representative fraction to linear, from linear to representative fraction, as it may. In conversion of map, we ought to know that 100,000 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer, 50,000 centimeter is equals to half of a kilometer, 1,000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. Using this scale of measurement, it becomes easy while we convert our map. 1 centimeter, why it represents half a kilometer, means that 1 centimeter is 50,000 centimeter. By converting, we ought to know also that our converting scale must always be in the same scale of measurement. For example, if you are converting in a representative fraction, the numerator and the denominator must be in the same scale. Now we move on to measurement of distance. When we want to measure distance on map, we ought to know the scale, and also the scale helps us to calculate the distance on actual ground, and it helps us a lot in the measurement of distance. Now we're talking about measurement of distance on the map. We have different form of measurement of distances, and it enables us to know the scale in measuring map, so that there won't be error in any of our measurement. In distance measurement on map, we'll be needing some instrument, and here are the instruments used in measurement of distance on map. We have our thread, our normal thread, which should be a white color, and also we need a piece of paper, also a pair of divider which will enable us to measure, and also we need our ruler in calculating of distance. In measurement of distances on map, we have two types of measurement. The first one is the measurement of a straight line on our map, which does not give any trace at all. All you need is to use your ruler and pencil to join 2 points, which is given for you to measure on a straight line on your map. Join it with a straight line. Here the use of paper comes in. By marking the edge of the paper against the line which was measured, and you put the paper which was marked on your ruler to get the actual distance, and this enables us to be able to measure the map distance and convert it to real life distance in kilometer. The measurement of distance in a winding line is the second form of measurement of distance, and also the distance between 2 points like a river, a pathway, a road, a railway can be measured using your thread, your sheet of paper, or a pair of divider. Here is the steps to be used. Here we use the measurement of a thread by marking the starting point of the thread on the first location, and place the thread along the route in a curvy form carefully. Then you mark the end point of the measurement on your ruler, and it will be able to determine the route and the distance on ground. Here is the measurement of your distance on map with a sheet of paper. By using pencil to divide the lines of the measurements into sections which are fairly straight, then you lay your edge of paper on the lines. By so doing, it will enable you to make a line which is straight, which helps you to convert it with the help of your ruler. Now, if you are able to understand your skill, you'll be able to get your direction on the map, and from the map, you understand the word, and boom, you are good to go. Geography is very simple as it talks about real life situations in learning. You study what happens around your environment. When you understand map skill, you'll be able to know distance on ground from mapping. Understanding map skill helps you and makes you confident in moving to areas which you have not been to before. It helps you to explore, it helps you to interpret the world better from the view of your map. I hope you enjoyed the class. Thanks for watching.